So, darling, William Heynes Limited is 5 years old next month.
Yes.
And we thought we'd have dinner with Tom, our wonderful, wonderful man behind the camera. And we thought it'd be a good idea to have a bit of a roundup on where we got to.
And how the last 5 years have been.
Yeah.
We've decided before doing this video that we're only going to talk about the good bits because we realise that it has been probably the most challenging thing I think either of us have ever done. So we're going to focus on the best bits.
It's made parenting look very easy.
I would agree with that.
And also it's important to note how many startups fail after 3 to 5 years. So I feel it's quite a milestone to get to 5 years, but that's me being William and business brained. But
I think it's it's a positive attitude.
Yeah, no, yeah. Anyway.
Okay, so first question. What has been your favourite car that's gone through the workshop?
Oh, crikey. We are building chassis 8, so the 8th E-Type ever made, one of the ZP cars. So from a purist point of view, that is the holy grail. And if we had that car once in our lifetime as a business or as individuals got to look after that car or even look at it, that would be a career highlight. But we got that in year 2, year 3.
Yeah, year 3.
Year 3, so that's pretty monumental, off we go to Pebble job. The biggest one was probably, just from a personal endeavour, was we looked after a short wheelbase SWB 250 GTO for Hampton Court.
Yep.
And we did the prep, did loads of reworks on it, and got that through the system. So I thought a company which is 3.5 years old at the time to look and prep and maintain an SWB was pretty cool. Yep. Every car is special, but I'll go on to that. What's been your favourite car?
Favourite car? You've gone for 2 well up there cars, so I'm going to come straight back down here.
Good.
I think my favourite probably would have been it was a V12 dark green V12 hard top
manual.
Yeah. It was the first V12 I'd ever driven.
Yeah.
And you asked me to drive it, I think from either the customer's house to the workshop or something. And this was the first time I'd ever experienced a V12, and I fell in love with that car. It was just when I was overtaking in traffic, and I was, the looks you got, the noise, the power. I mean, I watched the fuel gauge go down with my own eyes, but I think that's probably one of my favourite cars.
I think everybody was watching you in a V12 E-Type as well, because that would have been quite nice to look at.
But I think just being taught about V12 E-Types.
I remember when you came back that day, I was so proud of you.
Thanks.
And our son.
Something that has changed in the last 5 years.
We now have a boy.
Yes, darling. Are you going to come here? Do you want to come and sit on my lap for a minute?
Anyway, back to.
Well, the second question I want to ask is what has been your favourite moment outside of the workshop? So either an event or a test drive, something like that.
Well, getting married to you, darling.
Oh, that doesn't count. Something to do with the workshop still.
And obviously room.
Obviously.
Outside the workshop. Gosh, that's a really good question. I have a couple of answers to that. I'm generally incredibly honoured with our supply chain. So the people who surround us. It's not the business has actually got my name above the door, our name, but and your name actually. But importantly, it's all the people around us who make it happen. So from the paint shop to the trim shop to the fabrication guys, to the people who machine and make things for us and 3D prints. So it's all the things which happen outside the workshop is the team and is the William Heynes team, and even down to Tom. Tom's a huge part of what we do. So I'm very proud of what happens internally, but I'm equally as proud of the team we have curated and the processes we've created outside of the workshop. Mm-hmm. That is a great business when people want to work with you, and likewise, I'm very proud to work with them. So that's something which I'm incredibly proud of, because it's a small village how WH runs. And
but it's not a favourite moment.
A favourite moment's probably swapping an engine out at Goodwood.
That was at the time traumatic, and I think that was also my favourite moment. You were not around at the time. You off again?
Bye.
He's off again. I think that was, despite it being absolutely traumatic at the time, and probably I think it was the hottest weekend of that year, and I hate the heat. Retrospectively, that was quite amazing. The whole emotions of that weekend, I think, was probably one of my favourite moments, despite absolutely hating it at the time.
No, he's all right.
He's all right.
He's about to climb a motorbike.
He is about to climb that motorcycle.
No, I think Goodwood has been... Revival was so special. I know everybody goes on about Revival. And we probably go on about it a bit too much. But as an event to run a team and be a founder of a company which is supporting a car in St Mary's and supporting other teams out there, not just a personal honour to do it, but just a great kingpin to what we do as a company. Because it's the months and weeks and years leading up to that point where you are always questioning yourself, are we good enough to go? Yes, we are. Do we have the competence to do it? No, but we'll get there. I think Goodwood is probably the one. Sorry for
what is it, darling? Okay, I might have to go. Come on then.
We had a moment where we took on our third business unit, which we call Unit 1. Obviously makes sense. I think being in a position where we curated and founded our own engine side of the business, we took on a brand new unit, we took on a brand new office space, we took on more staff, and also allowing us to grow the apprenticeship scheme of WH and bringing young people into the business, and also have apprentices graduate through business heritage skills through our company. I think that one of the greatest things has been watching youth blossom into pure talent, and I think that's probably my biggest thing I've taken away from it. To have people who don't know how to change a spark plug, and in 3 to 4 or 5 years later they're able to restore a car on their own and become some of the best technicians in the world as a result. I think having a business which allows other people to flourish within it is what I've got the most out of running it.
That's very lovely.
What's been your favourite part of it?
Of the business? Probably, okay, I know. My favourite part of the business, I think, has been we are so lucky with some of the experiences that we get to do because of the business. The cars that we get to drive, the breakdowns that we get to have, the cars that have come through our workshop, like personally as well. Like we've ended up getting the Mark 7, our personal car, because of the business. Yeah. I think we're so lucky, and I think without the workshop we would have had some of the experiences, but not to the extent that we have.
I agree. The customers also are really important. They have the faith in us, probably when we don't have the faith in us at sometimes, but they've had the foresight to trust us. Yes. And equally allow us to crack on.
Oh wow! Look at that. Original hockey sticks. Wow, still in the Jaguar paper. Look at that. Look at that. How exciting.
It is slightly traumatising running a business.
Slightly. It is the most traumatising thing I've ever done.
But would we do it again? Yes, 100%. Would we do things differently? Yes, but that's how you start businesses, because you go with the flow, make it work. Am I proud of you because you're the really one who started the business? Absolutely, yes, I am. Your black book and your clientele and your foresight has grown this business, and then it's really down to you why we're here.
50-50. I don't know how to build an E-Type. We kind of need to know how to do that.
I didn't know how to take a decent photo. So now I'm incredibly proud of what we've done in 5 years. We've got 3 business units, 16 plus members of staff. We have a 5-year order book, if not bigger. We've got an incredibly competent, kind, generous, loving team. We have created not just jobs within WH, we've created jobs throughout the industry, for all our suppliers have grown with us. We have clients from all around the world, from America to the Middle East, to Australia, etc. So we're now an international company running out of 3 little business units in Bidford-on-Avon. And now, we turn over quite a substantial amount of money, where 5 years ago, we started with £420.
I remember lying in bed with you and we were just staring at the ceiling, and I was thinking about how much money that it was costing us a day at the time. And I think at the time I was like, it was costing us £100 a day or something like that. And I was trying to think of how many photo shoots I'd have to do to make sure we could just survive if we got no cars in whatsoever.
And now we're rounding up to...
I don't want to know how much it is a day.
We don't.
I do not want to know. A lot. So I think we should probably round off on that note, because I would like some dinner now.
Yeah. Anyway, I hope if anybody's got any questions, I'm always happy to help, and you are too.
Absolutely.
It's starting a business is not for the light-hearted. Is it rewarding? Oh my goodness, yes. But by God, you've got to put the work in. So that's for where we're on a tired Thursday. We're probably not the lightest hearted moods, but. I'm incredibly proud of what we're doing, and we will be here now to stay. And thank you all very much for supporting us. Thank you so much for giving us your work and trusting us, and existing customers and also new customers. Thank you so much. We couldn't do it without you. And it is a family business, and we'll be here for a long time with thanks to you guys. So thank you.
So here's to the next 5 years.
Should we do this?
No, I'm not doing that.
We better end there.
I
was going to do this one.
I didn't want to do that one. How are we going to do that?
How are we going to like that?
No. Was that still recording?